everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melody. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the Daniel fast again. So if you missed my first video on the Daniel fast, I shared all the ways that the Daniel fast transformed my life. I'm gonna have that linked above here. But in today's video, I really want to give some practical tips, some recipes, some scriptures, as well as just some things to consider when doing the Daniel fast, just so it can be as effective for you as well as building up your relationship with God over those 3 weeks. So if that is something you're interested in, then keep on watching. So before we get into it, I definitely want to encourage you to subscribe if you haven't already. I make faith-based content here on YouTube and I post a new video every Tuesday. So if you haven't subscribed, again, I encourage you to. And if you are a returning subscriber, hello, welcome. Let's go ahead and get into today's topic. So the Daniel fast is a 21-day fast, and this fast originates from the book of Daniel. Specifically, it's Daniel chapter 10, verses 2 and 3. Basically, during this fast, the things that you are avoiding are the following: no meat, no dairy, no processed foods, no sugar, and last but not least, no caffeine or alcohol. The last thing I want to touch on is the purpose of a fast. So you are gonna see some physical changes within yourself when doing the fast, just because of all the things you're not eating and not partaking in, but the purpose of it really isn't the physical changes. The purpose of a fast is for you to separate yourself from anything that your flesh may desire, and in this case, it's gonna be food, just so you can build yourself up in the spirit and really deepen your relationship with God. And so that really is the heart and the purpose behind this Daniel fast. So now that all of the basics are out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about these recipes. See that I am the type of person that can eat the same thing over and over again and not get sick of it, and that's really what I did on the fast. So this isn't going to be a very exciting or a very long list of foods that I ate, but these are the things that really got me through the 3 weeks. So first and foremost, cauliflower rice. I cannot recommend this enough because you are trying to steer clear of processed foods and white bread and all that kind of stuff. It is really nice to kind of be able to put things on top of a bed of something that seems like rice, and that is what cauliflower rice did for me. It gave me the effect of rice without being rice. So absolutely recommend cauliflower rice. The next thing that I would recommend is spaghetti squash. So this is something that's very versatile. You can either eat the spaghetti squash by itself, or you can use the spaghetti squash as noodles, because the way that it comes out is very stringy and it really does give you the effect of noodles. So this is something that I really kept on deck. Once you bake the spaghetti squash, you can just keep it in the fridge, and whenever you want it, just scrape out some more. And yeah, it lasted for days and I really loved it. With olive oil, salt and pepper, it is absolutely delicious. Our next staple is roasted veggies. So here you can really use whatever veggies that you are interested in or whatever veggies that you like. I personally went with broccoli, mushrooms, onion, because I love a good crunch, and zucchini. And so this is something that you can also just have on deck. Bake a big sheet of it, and then throughout the day, throughout the week, you can just scoop out what you want, put those vegetables on top of either your spaghetti squash or your cauliflower rice, and bam, you are good to go. So this next Daniel fast recipe actually saved my life. I found that these vegetable dishes could be very dry, and I needed some sort of sauce to spice it up. And so I went with hummus, and I actually began making my hummus at home. Overall, 10 out of 10 recommend. It is super duper easy to make, and I used and ate the hummus with literally every lunch and dinner meal. When I would have my cauliflower rice bowl with the veggies, I would put hummus on the side, and when I ate my roasted veggies as like a snack, I would dip it in hummus. So hummus just really brought flavor to these potentially bland vegetable dishes. The next item on our food list is gonna be tofu. I personally don't eat tofu very much at all in my normal day-to-day life, but I fell in love with it on the Daniel fast. There are a few different ways that you can make tofu, and really whatever seasoning that you add when you're cooking it, the tofu just absorbs it. So it's a great dish that you can make taste like other food depending on the seasoning that you use. So my two favorite ways to cook tofu would either be in a tofu scramble, and this would be something that I would make in the morning. I would use cumin to really give it that yellow egg-like look to the tofu, and then I would add vegetables, and that would just be something that I used in the morning to kind of give me the feel of scrambled eggs. And then for lunch and dinner, Target has these amazing seasoned tofu packets. And I found these just, I think, randomly, because I didn't know that they had them prior to doing this fast because I didn't really eat tofu like that. But these were an absolute game changer. So when I would have my either spaghetti squash bowls or cauliflower rice bowls, add those roasted veggies, and then put the tofu on top, it was like everything. And then a little side of hummus, guys, fire. So last but not least, when doing the Daniel fast, I needed so desperately to find a coffee replacement. And when I was searching online of different things that I could actually eat or drink that would give me the same feel of coffee, I came across a golden turmeric latte. And so I decided to make it. So I'm gonna put the recipe in the description box below, but this was an absolute game changer. To sweeten it, I used dates because you're not supposed to use sugar, and it was just absolutely delicious, guys. Never in my life had I had a golden latte or like had a drink that was so beautiful like that, and it's something that I kept drinking even after the fast was over. So highly recommend. It gives the feeling of coffee without the caffeine and without the sugar as well. So now that we have our recipes, let's talk about scripture. So first and foremost, I think it's really important for you to read the book of Daniel when doing the Daniel fast. You want to get context and clarity onto how this fast first came about, learn more about Daniel, his life, and really what God did through him when he did the fast. I know that I found it super beneficial to really start here and get more of an understanding, because I myself didn't really know why this fast was talked about in the Bible or why Daniel did the fast. And so it's just a really great place to start. So once you've read the book of Daniel, I think it's really important that you allow the Lord to lead you on where you should go next. I don't really want to give too much of an outline because this is something that's going to be personal. I think the reasons that we fast are varied, and the verses and the different scriptures that are going to speak to us most are going to be varied as well. And God knows us best, so really try to be led by the Lord in this area. I myself went to the book of Esther after reading the book of Daniel, and I stayed there throughout the rest of the fast. But again, I really do encourage you to be led by the Lord in this area. So last but not least, I really just want to give you guys a few things to consider when doing the fast. So first, you really want to limit the time that you spend with others when you are doing this 21-day fast. This is a time for you to really focus on God and not be distracted by anything else. And this includes hanging out with your friends, going out, doing normal life things. Like, this fast is going to disrupt your normal flow, and that is the purpose of it. Be led by the Holy Spirit ultimately, but kind of look at the 21 days as you really hunkering down, doing the necessities, of course, but really spending any other time with God and focusing on the fast. So that is number one. Number two, when you're doing the fast, it's not something that you want to proclaim from the high heavens that you're doing. This is something I really only shared with my best friends and my family because I was living with them at the time. But I think a fast is personal, and you don't want to go into it just proclaiming what you're doing and why you're doing it. You really want to focus again on the Lord and make sure that your intentions behind doing it are to seek Him and to really get to know Him and to get to know what He's saying, and not really focus on the world during this time. And by the world, I mean what the world may think, or wanting the world to know this is what you're doing. Really take it as something personal that you're doing. Focus on the Lord and what He is doing through you, for you, and revealing to you during this time. So the last little tidbit of info I want to leave with you guys to consider and marinate on is this Bible verse, Matthew 6:33. So the verse reads, "But seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will be given unto you as well." So the purpose of the fast, again, is not to get specific results in your life, but it's really to seek God, to deepen your connection with Him, and to be built up in the spirit, connected to Him. And once you have that connection with Him, everything else flows from that. Once we aren't trying to find satisfaction in the world, we're really able to find it in God, and everything else kind of falls into place in the world. And so I really just wanted to end the video really sharing my heart with you in terms of this specific topic, because I don't want you to go into a fast thinking, all right, I'm gonna fast, I'm gonna come out with a man, or I'm gonna fast, I'm gonna come out with a new job. Yes, these things may be given to you afterwards or may come into your life afterwards, but that is not the absolute purpose and reason behind the fast. We're fasting to deepen our connection with God, to understand Him more, to get clarity from Him, and then again, everything else comes after that. So I did just want to end with that, letting you guys know my heart in terms of that matter. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. This is everything you need to know about the Daniel fast. If you have any questions or things that I didn't touch on that you want to know about, let me know in the comments below and I will be sure to get back with you. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel, so thank you in advance. If you haven't subscribed already, be sure to. Again, I post new videos every Tuesday, and I will see you in my next one. Peace.